Full Employment and Price Stability by Warren Mosler. Taxing, Spending, and Borrowing with a Non-Convertible Currency. The U.S. dollar is not legally convertible into anything by the government on demand. It is, however, designated by the government as the only means of discharging federal tax liabilities. Tax liabilities are an ongoing debt the private sector owes the government, and they create a continuous need for dollars. The private sector obtains the needed dollars primarily as payment for the transfer of real goods and services to the government, and it is government spending or lending that provides the dollars needed to pay taxes. For purposes of this analysis, government spending includes spending by the government or any of its agents. For example, when the central bank buys foreign currency, it is the same for cash flow analysis as the Treasury buying military equipment. This is commonly referred to as viewing the Treasury and central bank on a consolidated basis. The imperative of taxation is to create sellers of real goods and services willing to exchange them for the unit of account selected by the government. Dollar-denominated tax liabilities function to create sellers of real goods and services who must have dollars to extinguish their tax liabilities. Raising revenue, per se, is of no consequence to the government, as dollars are not a limited government resource, but a liability or tax credit that can be issued at will. The government's ability to raise revenue does not limit what it is able to purchase. The purchasing power of the government is limited only by what is offered for sale in exchange for dollars. Adam Smith, page 312, Canaan edition, recognized this chartalist view. A prince who should enact that a certain proportion of his taxes should be paid in a paper money of a certain kind, might thereby give a certain value to this paper money, even though the term of its final discharge and redemption should depend altogether upon the will of the prince. Canaan's summary of this paragraph reads, a requirement that certain taxes should be paid in particular paper money might give that paper a certain value even if it was irredeemable. This was also well understood by British colonial governors. In those parts of Africa where land was still in African hands, colonial governments forced Africans to produce cash crops no matter how low the prices were. The favorite technique was taxation. Money taxes were introduced on numerous items: cattle, land, houses, and the people themselves. Money to pay taxes was got by growing cash crops or working on European farms or in their mines. In his treatise on money, Volume 1, page 4, John Maynard Keynes wrote, and in addition, the state claims the right. What thing corresponds to that which discharges obligations? There is little evidence that this once common understanding of non-convertible money has survived the era of convertible commodity money.